What's up, guys? In honor of finally getting promoted to blue belt, we are going to go back over my white belt competition footage. Check out a few videos. Some of these are from an in-house competition. The first video is from one that was quite a long time ago, more near the beginning of the white belt journey, and then a few that were 6 or 7 months ago from now, maybe 8 months ago. And then the last three are going to be actual tournament footage from Naga and Grappling Industries. So let's jump into it, see what I can see now, mistakes that I would make, mistakes that I made, things that I would change now, and just go back through it and see what we can find. So without further ado, let's jump into it here. All right, so this first one, like I said, this was quite a long time ago, beginning of the white belt stage. Just a note too, at this point I was about 235 in weight, and yeah, we'll watch the whole thing and then maybe we'll break down a little bit of what's going on. Getting caught in a guillotine grip there, trying to fight for underhooks. Go for a little, almost come into mount. Give it up. Here's the underhook. Go to turtle and quickly get choked out. All right, so let's watch that again, kind of breaking it down. So slap and bump, doing a good job here. I get double unders, so I got close to a body lock there, but I didn't really commit to it. If I could go back, I probably would have really taken a strong 10-finger grip and honestly just drove into that, just, sucking his hips really tight, drive him to the mat. Even if I land in some sort of guillotine, jumping over that leg and getting onto the proper side would not have been too hard. So I don't do that, and he keeps digging for that guillotine grip. He gets fairly close. I do a good job of getting out. Another underhook here. So I've got that underhook. Let's turn on the brush really quick. Somewhere, maybe I don't have it. That's okay. So I do get that underhook. He gets one on the other side. Tries taking me over. I do have an athletic background, so I naturally have decent base, so that's a good thing that comes natural. Here he tries for the trip, and I was able to off balance him during this trip. If I did have that underhook, it would have really set me up really good, but he actually had an underhook on that side. So come down into a 3/4 mount-ish position, but he does have the underhook on that far side. So in this exact situation, I probably would have let off the gas just a little bit and tried to re-pummel in the underhook on that side. But he does a good job of throwing me forward. Here, I definitely should have, done something, really tried to pummel. I was close to the back here. Yeah, just it's so crazy watching these old videos and seeing the dumb mistakes. And right here, again, I'm wrapping up his head. He shucks me off. He sweeps me. And I go to turtle instead of digging for an underhook, trying to go straight to half guard or something. It's so dumb. Just leave my neck wide open. And yeah, super dumb. That wasn't even a very good rear naked choke, but hey, that's how it goes. All right. Check out the next one. So this one was quite a bit later. There was a big break in there. Took 6 or 7 months off due to an ankle injury. Came back. Here I'm about 225, 230, and I'm rolling against a big boy, Robert, who I still train with regularly. He's a great, nice guy. He's a big, strong guy. So let's see how it goes. I will warn, we'll probably fast forward quite a bit of this. There's a lot of grip fighting because I did not want to concede to the bottom. And again, this is just an in-house tournament, so probably a different rule set than a lot of standard tournament settings. They weren't scoring takedown points with the heavyweights because they didn't want it to interfere with, they didn't want people to be afraid to get to the ground and grapple. But when you're fighting a 270-pound guy, you don't really want to give up bottom position regardless of points. So we do some grip fighting here. At this point, I do remember I was really trying to work on arm drags and stuff. So I have a bad tendency of getting more in a wrestler stance, getting down low, probably just from playing linebacker, football, and that kind of stuff, tackling and kind of the athletic position. So here, if I remember right, keep your eyes here, not on the guy that comes in front of the camera. Keep your eyes here. He does a good snap down, snaps me down right there, gets me into a front headlock, lifts my heels a little bit. I don't know if you saw that. He got it in there real tight. Face is all red. Honestly, at this point, with where I am now, with Robert, he's a guy that's really, really hard to take down. I honestly would maybe do some stand-up for 30, 40 seconds. Just, try to get him tired. Because standing and grappling is really tiring. So I probably would just try and get him tired and then honestly get a 2-on-1 grip and pull him straight into half guard and dig for an underhook. That's what I would do now. Try maybe a leg entry or something. But I do a good job here trying to fight the grips and not let him get to my back. Let's speed this up a little bit. Just grip fighting, nothing special. We can fast forward here to, let's see, so he's pauses it, and basically what they do is they flip a Zin can as a coin, put us in a more neutral position. So I get bottom half card, I lost the toss, and now we get going again. So I'm trying to keep that low knee shield in. I, at this point, am generally not a super big fan of the low knee shield, at least as far as just straight up retention. I like it, and obviously it's a good tool. Against a guy like Robert, it's not my favorite. Someone who's really explosive can pass it and get around it fairly easy. And in this case, don't mind the ref. So right here, again, hard to see. I have my thumb posted on the inside of his elbow where he's trying to get an arm triangle. And he's trying to do it from half guard. He's a big, strong guy. He can make it happen, but I'm just trying to keep his leg, right there. He did a good job of posting. I didn't really have experience with knee levers or a very good half guard game at this point. So now, right now, you can see some space right here in his arm. I should have immediately been digging for that underhook, getting this leg over his, getting that Kosoto hook. That's a lot more of my game now. I've spent a lot more time in half guard, and I really enjoy that underhook position. So here I try beating the crossface, going towards more of an octopus guard thing. Again, not really knowing what I was doing. He's doing a good job of just squishing me. I believe we missed it too. He almost scored, but I re-guarded quick enough that they didn't give him any points. And then we got back to the stand-up position, and I just wanted to score some points. Tried shooting a really, really sloppy takedown. We were both super gassed. My cardio at this point, I had been doing jiu-jitsu for 2 or 3 months again at this point. So in total, mat time, like total experience, about 7, 8 months total at this point. So what they ended up doing real quick is it was tie. So for overtime, basically what they did is they had us swap the neutral position where I started top half guard, Robert started bottom half guard, and we'll just pick up the match from there. Sorry, it's probably bleeding over, that sound. So I didn't really know what to do with his ankle here. He had it really, I mean, again, he's a strong guy. He's a gorilla of a man. Had that locked on there really good. And obviously now, if it were me, like at this point, he's leaving an opportunity for the underhook on the bottom side, grab that lat, pull him in, get the near side underhook. You know, really a lot more of my game at this point is getting that outside my left arm, my elbow inside the elbow of his top arm and going around the knee shield, and trying to work that way, slipping that knee on the outside. Like right here, he drops that knee and I pin that shoulder to the ground. So that was good. I tried controlling the arm, trying not to give him the underhook, and then I open it wide up. Just open up the underhook as I'm trying to pass. So not very smart there. Put on a really crappy Ezekiel choke attempt. Makes him react though. We get into front headlock and super gassed at this point, trying to slowly inch my way over to the back and sloppily change to a seatbelt and just roll him over since we're both so tired. Didn't have my hooks in quite yet. Everybody's yelling at me to get them in. So I finally get those in and score some points. And I start slowly digging for that rear naked choke. He rolls. You can hear one of the guys yelling at me to get behind the elbows. I was starting to slip off, but I attempted to try and dig for that rear naked choke again. Again, at this point too, like most likely I should have been looking to break him down again, not get a rear naked choke from the top. Either flatten him out, right, get behind the elbows, really extend the hooks, get him belly down. I didn't do any of that. He was so tired, he rolled over. I got to mount, scored some more points. And that was all she wrote. So ended up finishing this match. I think the way they scored it with these was 3 points for a dominant position. Ended up getting the win. At this point, too, as a white belt, it felt nice to get a win. Robert's an absolute unit, man. He's a tough dude. Anyways, that was a good one. So let's check out the next one. This is a pretty short match in the same in-house competition. This is Michael. He is a former wrestler, and he definitely has that wrestler style. He's low. He's got collar ties. He's looking to get the underhook system going with the head post. Immediately shoots on the leg, and I'm able to lock up a guillotine, getting that leg on this side so he can't get over. Locking up the closed guard. Started to hip in and really crank on that guillotine. Got the tap pretty quick. So that was a good one. Really not too much other than at this point, the biggest thing is probably more that I'm a little more upright, play my elbows a little tighter and down, try not to do a ton of wrestling as often against a wrestler. If I know I'm going against someone who is good at wrestling, I try more of an anti-wrestling approach. But that was a good one. So this next one is against Bryson. Bryson is a very skilled, he is a blue belt now. He was promoted shortly after this competition. And by shortly, I mean at the end of this competition. This was for the white belt final match. So doing a good job. Hand fighting here. He's got a good strong collar tie. Bryson decides to pull guard here. Oh, yep, that was a bad habit I had. Still sometimes occasionally get caught in a guillotine grip from the standing position, having my head too low. So he does a good job entering into single leg X. I defended it okay, get my knee out, don't let him capture my knee. We come into a bit of a mutual reach around guard, octopus guard. He reaches through, gets the cross face, goes straight to the back. Man, that was a really good move. I really didn't have any answers for that. Going back, let's rewind it just a little bit. So going back right before he takes that. So right when we get it, we come out of here, boom, boom. He has the higher head. So he is off to a better start than me. I'm compromised. He's more upright. He's got better base. He's gripping that leg. I've got one leg up too. He's got both of his down. So he could more easily lock me into a cradle, drive me forward. At this point, yeah, I try putting my other leg down. I get a higher head right here, but he gets his hips up higher. So I'm sure a lot of you guys know this now, but head height wins until hip height wins. A lot of times hip height will win. Because now he's got his hips up higher. He's got all of those back muscles to extend and off balance me. Boom, yep, just like that. He drives me forward, picks up the leg, does a great job. And right here, he's got higher hips. Our heads are about the same. And then he's really smart, reaches around. I didn't even anticipate that. He does a great job of falling back to the back control. Kind of hard to see, but you can see in this gap in the mirror over here as the camera rotates. So he locks up that body triangle, and I do remember, this was quite a while ago, but I remember, man, he locked up that body triangle tight. So you can see here, I'm just fighting the arms, trying to fight. He's doing a good job trying to get my top arm. This is kind of slick too, so I got both of my arms grabbing his choking arm, and I'm thinking I'm all smart covering that bottom arm. He pulls his hand up and starts prying my other arm back, and that was pretty slick. I had a hard time defending that. And he ends up getting the choke. All right, guys. Appreciate you watching this. This is just going to be part one. So I'm going to do the second part, the actual competition from Naga. I had 2 rounds with Naga, and I had 1 round at Grappling Industries. So we'll break those down in the next video, in the part 2. If you guys like this one, leave me a thumbs up, comment, tell me what you liked, what you didn't like. If you notice anything about the rolls that could be better, yeah, anything like that. But appreciate anybody that stuck around and watched this, and we'll keep putting out some more jiu-jitsu content. Thanks, guys. Peace.